The House Republicans take a victory lap as they celebrate their tax overhaul.
I've got to say, this is nothing short of extraordinary. The powers of the status quo in this town are so strong. Yet 227 men and women of this Congress broke through that today.
Well, now the ball moves to the Senate's court, where they're expected to vote on their bill the week after Thanksgiving. So the question is, will they have the votes? And here to weigh in is former Congresswoman Nan Hayworth. Nan's a member of the Independent Women's Forum Board of Directors and is also a member of the Donald J. Trump for President Advisory Board. Good morning, Nan. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Leah. Thanks.
All right, so let's start with this. The Democrats say that this is full of gimmicks. You know, for example, it raises the child tax credit, but the family credit expires in 2023. So is this really a good tax break for middle-class Americans?
Oh, Leah, it absolutely is. And, of course, one of the reasons the reason, actually, that the Senate has to and the House have to apply these time limits is because the Senate is using that mechanism we've come to know and love, reconciliation, to try to pass the bill with 50 votes and Vice President Pence being the tiebreaker. We hope they'll get more. So because of that, they have to fit into very narrow corridors. They have to have pay-fors, meaning, you know, that these tax breaks have to be, the tax reductions have to be carefully calibrated so that they will meet the budget that they voted for a couple of weeks ago.
Nan, that's all true. But when middle-class Americans look at this, you know, a nonpartisan committee says that a fourth of middle-class people earning between $75,000 and $100,000 a year will actually see an increase in 2027. So how does that square?
Well, here's the plan. And those folks will all recognize relief and help. We're going to put dollars back in people's pockets. We're going to put people back to work. That's the whole idea of all the business provisions reducing taxes for businesses of every size. But what the plan would be then would be to extend these tax relief measures beyond that projected expiration date. It all becomes, unfortunately, technicalities that those who oppose tax reform, and it sounds as though all the Democrats at this point do, because they want government to spend your money, and we know, Republicans know, you'll spend it better than government will. So they are going to try these scare tactics, but in fact, folks should trust the fact that these tax measures from both the House and the Senate, and they're going to get together, obviously, are going to help them. They're going to grow the economy. They're going to put dollars back in their pockets.
I guess the question is whether or not the Senate plans and the House plans can come together. Of course, a big issue is those state and local deductions. And if you look at New York City, you know, you have firefighters, police officers who live and work here. We need them here, but they're going to get hit hard, you know, when they lose those deductions. So can the Senate version, if passed, then pass back when it goes to the House?
Leah, they'll have a negotiation. When I was in the House, I was on a House-Senate conference committee so that we could get Medicare reimbursements taken care of for 2012. And in that time, there is back and forth. There is a series of compromises. There's cooperation. Most folks will not experience trouble with that SALT deduction because they're going to get double the standard deduction. And for most people, that's going to take care of it.
All right. Well, we will see what happens in the Senate bill. You know, we already know Ron Johnson from Wisconsin says that he's a no. Others are on the fence. So we will see. Thank you very much for being with us this morning, Nan.
Leah.